Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Jay Ray. I'm out here by my 2003 Dodge Ram. This is a 3rd gen Cummins pickup. What I'd like to talk to you about today, as you've seen in one of my other videos, I put 4th gen seats in this truck, and I'd like to show you today how I wired it up. Okay, so one of my previous videos I showed that 4th gen seats are direct bolt-in for a 3rd gen Cummins truck. And what I'm going to do today is show you these wiring harness that I've got here. This gray harness, gray connector here, is from the 3rd gen seat that I pulled out. And then this side right here, this yellow connector, is from the truck side on a 4th gen truck seat. You got to make sure that you get that if you want to do it like I did here. You don't have to use these connectors. You can just hook up the wire colors from the seat to your truck. But I wanted to be able to have it to where it was modular, to where you can disconnect it in case this seat got worn out or needed to change it again in the future. It's easily connectable and disconnectable. So go ahead and get into it here. My seat does not have heated or cooled seats. It's just got the power seats and the lumbar connection here. It does have the SRS airbag, but let's go ahead and get into the wiring here. So from the gray side, which is my 3rd gen side, you got a black wire. It just goes directly to the black wire on the yellow harness, and then you got a red with a blue stripe. It goes directly to the red wire, and those two are probably 14 or 12 gauge wires there, and I believe on the factory side this red wire is a 12, maybe a 10 gauge. Then we've got a couple smaller wires here. Okay, I've got this black with the orange stripe. And this black with the orange stripe is going to connect to the green with the gray stripe. And then we've got the green with the red stripe. And that green with the red is going to tie to this light green with a tan stripe on it. And it might be kind of hard to see the stripes on this, but I've also got the pin numbers for you. So on the 3rd gen connector, I've got it written down here. Not sure if, hopefully you can read my writing. So on the 3rd gen connector, the black is pin 1. On the 4th gen connector, the black is pin 14. On 3rd gen, red blue is on pin 2. That ties into the red that's on pin number 1 on the 4th gen connector. The green with the red stripe is on pin 3 on the 3rd gen. And then that ties to the light green and tan wire that's on pin 12 on the 4th gen connector. The black and orange from the 3rd gen connector is on pin 5. And that ties into the green or gray wire, which is on pin 11 on the 4th gen connector. I don't like the way these wires are just straggled out like that, so I got some tape and I'm going to wrap some black tape around it. And then once I get this black tape wrapped around it, I'm going to use a couple zip ties. I'm going to tie the wires up out of the way on the bottom of the seat. That way I have a nice clean installation. Alright, so here's my connector. I put a couple wraps of black tape around it, and I like to use good stuff, so I've got this Scotch brand. It's a 3M Super 33 tape. That coming from an electrical background, I know that's pretty good tape to use, so that's what I wanted to use in my truck to protect these wires. I put a couple layers of tape on there, that way it'll protect a little better, and hopefully nothing will mess up these wires under my seat. Okay, so I got a couple different connectors under the seat. This is the one from the truck that was factory from the 3rd gen seat. And then this is the one that we're going to be using to connect the power seat up to. This one comes on the seat as well, but I'm not using that. I'm not really sure what it's for, so I just leave that to the side. And then I just go ahead and connect in the harness that I made up. Just plug them in. And then do the side connects to the truck. And then once I'm done with that, you got a bracket that's already up here. I just fold the wires where they're kind of neat, and then I'm going to zip tie them up here to this bar. And then once I've got them zip tied up there, then I just take my zip tie gun and we'll get these ends trimmed up nice and neat. So So it really is that simple, guys. Not a whole lot to it. And you can see if I move the buttons, the seat will move. Got the back of it. I've enjoyed having the seat in my pickup. It's pretty comfortable. Probably put about 10,000 miles on it. Got the seat working. Of course, my truck, I've only got one power seat, and that's on the driver's side. I'm usually the only one in my truck, so it doesn't really matter. I do have the 4th gen seat on the passenger side there, but it's a manual seat. I've enjoyed having these seats in my pickup. They're pretty nice looking and pretty comfortable. It's a lot better than what I had in here before. So if you want to do this upgrade, hopefully this video will help you out. Alright, so that's all I've got for how to wire up a 4th gen seat in a 3rd gen truck. It's really pretty simple. Not a whole lot to it, but if you got any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them down below. I ask you, if you like this video, if you got something out of it, please hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. And then don't forget to hit that bell notification so you don't miss out on future content being released on my channel. Thank you.